Okay, so this next option, auto align layers, is a really cool one. So let's say that you took a panorama. So here we go. You took a bunch of photos like this, and let's just drop them all into one canvas. So you took a bunch of photos. So here's the sort of thing that now the iPhone has a panorama mode, so you might do it that way. But if you want it to look a little bit better, this is another way to do it. Click, 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 click. I'm going to rasterize these layers because this option doesn't work with smart layers, as does anything that like really affects the layers inside of the canvas. I'm going to go to auto align layers. While this thinks, I just want to kind of give you a couple of instructions. When you're taking a panorama and doing it this way, think of the camera as being on a tripod and kind of rotating yourself around it rather than rotating the camera around you. So the camera stays in place and you rotate around it. That works great when you're doing something like this. You can see that these kind of need a lot of like monkey business to actually make it so they all go into each other. So that's where auto blend layers goes into shape, and then it takes it from this to something that's like this. So there's still going to be a couple of problems. You'll need to go into Photoshop to fix it. And I would probably go into something like this and just crop it. So let's make it so this is no ratio. Just going to use the crop tool right here. Yeah, get out of that. And just go across right here. And we end up with an image that looks This will be worth it, guys. You'll be like, whoa, that's craziness. We'll end up with an image that looks like this. You can see how there's some space down here and up here. So I'm just going to merge all of these into a single layer. And I'm going to make sure that we're on contiguous. And I am going to use our friend, Fill, to kind of get rid of some of these areas. So again, that was just auto align layers and auto blend layers. And then I'm going to go into Fill, Content Aware. And that will make it so that fills in right there. Like, this is really what Content Aware is built for. Fill, Content Aware, like if you have a panorama like this, it does a pretty good job. Like, it's not magic. It's still just kind of guessing at everything. But it's pretty cool. So anyway, you can see how it's just kind of guessing, and sometimes it gets it right and sometimes it gets it wrong. So here we go. Fill one more time. This one, if it really has to guess, it won't do great. But with that said, oh my gosh, look at how close this is. Like, I would need to go into Photoshop and like really fix some of these areas up here, but nothing that we haven't done in the past right there. Oh yeah, the other thing that I was going to say is when you're taking a panoramic shot, make sure that there's enough overlap between the images, like a 20% overlap, so Photoshop knows how to go in. And oh my gosh, guys, look at this. Like, it's a little bit off, but I'm not going to know that if somebody doesn't point it out. This is a really cool thing considering how little work that just took me. Let me get out of this and let's go into the next thing.